Yeah, Kevin, for your team here at this point in the season, how nice is it to now have this couple week stretch where you get 3 games at home and kind of maybe get back into that routine of being at home?
Well, I think it's important that you get a chance to be at home for a little bit. We've been on the road. Um, last week was a challenging road, trip for us. You played that late game on Wednesday night at Notre Dame, and then obviously a pretty quick turnaround for us to play at 2 o'clock on Saturday at UNC. But it's good. It's always good to sleep in your own bed. It's also always good for our guys to have a chance to go to class and just have something what we consider just a normal day.
James Henderson, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, hope you're doing well. I wanted to ask you about Greg Gant. Are you at the point now where you're maybe just starting to explore the medical redshirt option with him this late in the season?
We are, James. We're so late in the season, it probably wouldn't help for him to play at this point. It's funny, we talked about that a little bit this morning. We haven't made a final decision on that, but right now it's trending towards him not playing at all this year.
And just to follow up, I know last year you had some back and forth type battles with Syracuse. Just that matchup for you, how you feel, obviously a couple days away.
Well, as you know, and I think everybody in our league knows, they have the best zone in the country. And, it's an easy scout when you think about what the team's going to do on defense, but it's a tough scout when you got to figure out how you're going to be able to score against their zone. And, they do a great job. And, you got to kind of mix it up. You got to be able to make some shots. You got to get the ball inside a little bit. You got to get the ball to the short corner. You have to try to score in different ways, but it's always tough. And then I watched, the game against Wake Forest, and man, they were really elite offensively. Buddy was unbelievable, made some huge shots down the stretch. And so, they're starting to click a little bit more offensively than they have early in the season. So excited about the game for Wednesday, but it presents its own challenges.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, James.
Mike Toper, go ahead.
Good morning, Coach.
Mike, what's up?
A lot of really great things. After the game the other day, your message was about defense, playing better on defense. Was there a message in practice yesterday, or did you guys just kind of put Carolina behind you and refocus? Like, how do you get recommitted to that with your guys defensively?
Well, Mike, yesterday was our day off, which we needed it, and we got in the gym. Actually, we've been in there early this morning, and we did talk about defending. But I heard Josh on the call before us. It's hard to beat any team when they make 15 threes. And, I mean, I think Virginia Tech made 18 the other day, which I was shocked that somebody beat Carolina's 15 on just that one given day. I mean, but they were hot. They shot the heck out of the ball. I don't know if it was because Michael Jordan was in the building, but for whatever reason, they all made shots. And I went back and looked at the tape, and some of those were defended, and some of them they got out of transition, and there were a few of them where we didn't do a great job of defending the three-point line. But they started off so hot. I think at one point they were 8 for 10. And it's kind of hard to come back when you're chasing. And I thought we try to match them a little bit, trying to make shots because they got hot so early. But yes, we have talked about defending. We've got to do a better job in that area. And obviously it's not a great formula to win whenever a team is that hot and they make that many shots against you.
Luke DeCock, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, good morning. You talked a little bit about this after the game Saturday, but with Darion just playing a couple minutes in the second half, what have your conversations been like with him since then? And kind of what do you want to see from him against Syracuse so that he kind of gets it?
Yeah, and it wasn't a punishment, Luke. I think everybody thinks Darion Seaborn got punished by his coach. He just wasn't playing well. And I didn't think he was playing well on either end of the floor. And, with him, he is, for Darion, he's carried us, most of the non-conference. And then obviously I think Jericho and Taquavion has been a little bit more productive during conference play. That being said, because he's established himself as a guy that can draw multiple defenders, he's probably, if not the best paint touch guy in our league. And what I want him to do is to be well-rounded, when you draw so many people, then you've got to be able to make the right play and find other guys that's open as you drive. And he's had games when he's done that. But also I want him to be, he's long, he's athletic. I want him to affect the game in different ways, both on both ends of the floor, and be more of a two-way player. None of that had anything to do with him just not playing on Saturday. I just didn't think he was playing well, and some other guys were playing a little bit better, so we went with their rotation. But as we move forward, in order for us to advance, he's got to take the next step, and the next step is being a two-way player and understanding that now at times, you may have to get guys involved a little bit more, especially if we're going to start you at that point guard position.
And real quick follow-up, was some of that what UNC was doing, or their length, or the environment even? You're still talking about guys who haven't had a lot of experience playing in full buildings. Anything you can kind of point to there?
Yeah, I don't know, Luke. That's a good question about the environment. And I thought about it after the game. This probably was the largest crowd that we have played against in front of in a couple years. And they did it right. They honored Roy, and they had the 82 team back, so it was a big time environment. I think one of the things that when you look at him, because he's been able to drive and get into the paint and finish around the rim, teams are coming off strong side. And you look, I'll give you two examples of games. I thought Mark Williams and Armando Bacot did a great job of meeting him at the rim. And, I thought, there were some opportunities for him to kick it to wide open guys. That's the advantage that he has, because he can draw so much attention that we got some guys that can shoot the ball that's around him, and he's got to trust in those guys and be able to make those plays. And, that's, as he grows and continue to gets better, I think that's one of the things will help our team down the stretch by, his ability to find other people.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Luke.
We'll go back to Mike Toper. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Coach, a bit off topic here, but your guy, Takeo Siddle, is going for a school record 12th win down at your old stomping grounds at UNC Wilmington. I just wanted to ask your thoughts on the job that he and UNCW have done this year, and also if you've talked to him recently. I'm sure you guys are both busy.
Yeah, I spoke to him. I don't think it was this game today. I think they had a game yesterday, but the game before. And man, his team is playing well. I'm excited about him. He completely earned the right to be the head coach at UNC Wilmington, and he paid his dues. He was a part of 3 championships that we had, and part of I don't know what our record was or how many games we won in a row there, but I'm excited for him. I hope they win 20 games in a row. I'm happy for him. That was a place that was very dear to me, and Wilmington's a great city, and when the basketball program is playing well, then certainly the city's even, more jumping. And he's done a great job. He's I knew that, when we hired him, when I first hired him at UNCW, and then when I brought him here to NC State, you can tell those guys who are going to be head coaches. And, he was completely ready for the job, and he's doing an amazing job there. And I hope they just continue to win.